Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time I'm going to be doing it on Cambridge Primary Checkpoint for Mathematics Paper 2 April 2023. Let's start. Question 1. Write the numbers in order of size starting with the smallest. 4.36, 4.7, 4.03, 4.63, 4.07. So let's start with the ones digit. All of them are equal, 4, right? Now the 10th digit. There's two zeros which are the smallest. Out of these two numbers, which is smaller, which is larger? We go to the hundredths digit. There's a 3 here, there's a 7 here. 3 is less than 7, so 4.03 is the smallest, and 4.07 is the next smallest. Now, we can go to the tens place again. We get a 3 there, so 4.36 is next. And then there's a 6 here, 4.63, 4.63, and then there's 7 here, 4.70. That's the answer. Let's go to question 2. Calculate the size of the missing angle. So angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So the missing angle will be 180 minus the other two angles, right? That will be equal to 82 degrees. That's our answer. Question 3. Draw a ring around all the fractions that are less than 50%. That means they are less than 5 by 10 or 50 by 100, right? Should be less than these. They are all the same value. So 3 by 10 is less than 5 by 10, so that's correct. Next, 6 by 100, also correct, is less than 50 by 100. 7 by 10, nope, because it is greater than 5 by 10. Next, 60 by 100, nope. 40 by 100, yes. Let's go to question 4. Two equilateral triangles are joined to make a quadrilateral. Write the name of the shape. So we take two equilateral triangles. We take one there and one there. Now, what shape is this outside here? It is a rhombus, right? Because all the sides are equal and it's not 90-degree angles. The diagonals, however, intersect at 90 degrees. That's the answer. Question 5. Here's a table showing position and terms of a sequence. Complete the table. So you can see 1, 7, 2, 14, 3, 21. This is pretty much the 7 table, right? 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 3 times 7 is 21. Now what's 10 times 7? 70, right? It's easy as that. 15 times 7? 105. And 350 is something times 7. So we divide by 7 to get 50. Question 6. Add together the third square number and the fifth square number. That will be equal to 3 squared plus 5 squared, right? And that will be 9 plus 25, which is equal to 34. That's the answer. Let's go to question 7. Jamila collects the spelling test results of girls in her class. Here's her data. A. Calculate the mean test result for the girls. So that would be if we add everything up and divide by the total number, which is 18. So let's just add 20 plus 17, 40, 51, 72, 90, 114, 119, 142, 152, 172, 198, 217, 243, 264, 285, 304, 321, 342. So that would be 342 by the total number, which is 18. That's equal to 19. That's the answer. B. Jamila starts to organize the data and frequency table. Complete the table. So 1 to 5, there's only 1, right? That's 5 here. So frequency and tally are 1. 6 to 10, there's 1 and no other. So another 1, frequency 1. 11 to 15 is already given, 1, which is only 11 here. Now for 16 to 20, we have 1, 2, 3. Remember the 20 also counts. Then you have 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. We draw 4 lines, and for the fifth one, we put a line between them. Slash, like that. And then we put one more to get 6 lines, or a 6 frequency. Next, 21 to 25, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now we do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, like that. And 26 to 30 is 2, which is these two. 1 and 2. That's the answer. So go to question 8. Write each fraction in simplest form. 6 by 30. We can divide both sides by 6 to get 1 by 5. Now 4, 8 by 20. We leave the whole number part. Now we can divide the numerator and denominator by 4 to get 4, 2 by 5. That's the answer. Question 9. Here's the sketch of a circle. We have a circle with diameter 7 centimeters. Draw the circle accurately, use a pair of compasses. So if the diameter is 7 centimeters, the radius is 7 by 2, which is 3.5 centimeters. Now you can take a compass length 3.5 centimeters and simply draw a full circle. It will look something like, for example, that, with the compass needle placed here, and then this radius over here is 3.5 centimeters. That's the answer. Question 10. Samira writes 35 minus 20 divided by 5 is equal to 3. Samira has made an error. Explain the error. By the way, I'm not sure why this paper is a bit blurred. This is a divided by, not a plus, if you can't see it properly. So if you want me to, I'll rewrite the full equation here. Now, what is Samira's error? So she's done 35 minus 20, 15, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. That's wrong. She has not followed the BODMAS law. So brackets, others, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. The BODMAS law of order of operations. That's the answer. We're supposed to do division first to get 20 divided by 5 is 4, 35 minus 4 is 31. That's what you're supposed to get. That's the answer. Question 11. Here are the numbers of people waiting at 6 bus stops. Write the median number of people waiting at the bus stops. In ascending order, we can write 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 7. Now, the middle two, we can do the cancellation method to get the middle two, 4 and 6. So 4 plus 6 by 2 is our median, the mean of these two. That'll be 10 by 2, which is 5. That's the answer. Question 12. A ball of string is 600 centimeters long. Gabriela uses 120 centimeters of it. Write the percentage that Gabriela uses. That'll be 120 by 600 times 100% to get percentage. We can cancel this out. 120 by 6, which is 20%. That's the answer. Question 13. Here's a coordinate grid. A, plot the point A at minus 2, 3. So minus 2 is the x value, which will be over here, and 3 is the y value, going up 3 to go there. That's point A, that's the answer. B, points B and C are joined to make a straight line. Find the coordinates of the point on the line that is halfway between B and C. So that'll be the midpoint, right? And we need to find the midpoint of line BC. So if we draw to make a straight line, we can see that this line is 6 units long. So the midpoint will be 3 units from each point. So this is the midpoint. Let's just call that M. So there's 3 units and 3 units. It'll be equal. That is halfway between B and C. M coordinates are 1, minus 2. That's the answer. Let's go to question 14. Draw a line to match each division with the correct fraction. 5 divided by 4, that's simply 5 by 4, which is 1 by 4 over here. 8 divided by 5, that's equal to simply 8 by 5, they didn't even change anything. And 4 by 8, that will be 4 divided by 8 simplified to get 1 over 2. Question 15. Yuri wants to make a necklace. For every 3 white beads, he uses 1 black bead. He continues the pattern the same way. The completed necklace has 30 beads. The ratio of white to black beads is not 3:1. Explain. So, according to his pattern, it's supposed to be 3:1, right? 3 white, 1 black, 3 white, 1 black, continue. So, it'll be 3, 1, 3, 1, like that. That's why 3:1. But then, because it has 30 beads, and each part of the pattern, let's just say there's one part, contains 4 beads, right? So 30 by 4, which is equal to 7.5. So Yuri can only finish half of the eighth part in the pattern, the eighth part, right? That's why you have a 0.5 here. And because you can only finish half, that means he has 2 extra white beads, right? 2 extra white beads, because half of 4 is 2, and the first 2 beads in the pattern are white. So he has 2 extra white beads, and that'll change the ratio. That's the answer. Question 16. A. Here's a spinner with 12 equal sections. Shade the spinner so that there's a 5 out of 6 chance of spinning white. So we need to shade 1 minus 5 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 6 of the spinner, which is 2 by 12, 2 sections. Why are we not doing 5 by 6? Because it has to have 5 out of 6 chance of spinning white. The color white, not black. So we need to shade any 2 sections. That's all. So now there's 10 white sections, and 10 by 12 is 5 by 6. That's the answer. B. Here's another spinner with 12 equal sections. Mia colors the whole spinner using only yellow, red, blue. She colors 2 sections yellow. There's a 25% chance of spinning blue, while the chance of spinning red. So 2 sections are yellow. We can just get the yellow color and do that. Just for illustration purpose, I'm going to use orange because yellow is kind of too bright for the white paper. And now the blue is 25%. And 25% chance will be 25% of 12, which is equal to 1 by 4 into 12, 3. So 3 sections for blue. So, oh yeah, by the way, there's 2 sections for yellow, and then 3 sections of blue. 1, 2, 3. Now the remaining are red, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections, right? So the chance of spinning red is 7 out of the total 12. That's the answer. Question 17. Draw a line to match all pairs of equivalent values. 0.25 and 1 by 4, 60% and 3 by 5, 0.06 and 6 by 100, 80% and 4 by 5. This is the only answer. Question 18. Complete the net of the triangular base pyramid. So a triangular base pyramid has 1 triangular base and 3 triangular sides. So 4 sides. And the base in the net will be the middle triangle out of 4. So the triangle base pyramid has a net like this. And the middle one over here is the base, the one which I've shaded. The others will be folded upwards to form the 3 side triangles, right? So over here is the same net which we just drew, but then it's rotated 90 degrees. So we just have to draw the final triangle like this. This is the final triangle, and that's the answer. By the way, all the triangles have to be equal sized. Only then it's a triangular base pyramid. Let's go to question 19. Carlos has some photo frames. He measures the sides of each frame and records the perimeters in centimeters. The lengths of all sides are whole numbers. Tick the boxes in the table that could be correct. The perimeter of the rectangular frame or the square frame could be 50. Is that true? Rectangular, the perimeter formula is 2 into L plus B. I'll just write that. 2 into L plus B. And for square, it's 4S, which means 4 times side. So 2 into L plus B. That means length plus breadth is equal to 50 by 2, 25, right? And that means they both can be whole numbers, like 13 and 12, right? Or even 15 and 10. So this is a tick. But what about the square frame? So 4S is equal to 50. That means S is equal to 50 by 4 side length. That'll be equal to 12.5. And this is not a whole number, but it's written that the lengths of all sides are whole numbers, which means we don't take it. Next, 36 centimeters. Rectangular frame. 2 into R plus B is 36, so divide by 2 to get length plus breadth, 18. 18 centimeters. And the length and breadth could be like 13 and 5 or 1 and 17, like that. It could be many values. So this is correct for rectangular. Now for square, 4s equals 36, so s equals 36 by 4, which is 9. And 9 is a whole number, so that is the answer. We take the square frame. Now the perimeter of 45 centimeters. Divide by 2 to get length plus breadth. That's 22.5. And since this is not a whole number, one of them has to be a non-whole number or a decimal number. So this cannot be ticked. And square frame. 4 side is 45, so side length is 45 by 4, which is 11.25. This is also not a whole number, so that also cannot be ticked here. Now, perimeter 28. That means length plus breadth is equal to 28 by 2, 14. This is a whole number, so we can take this. The sides can be like 6 and 8, or 2 and 12, something like that. It has to add up to 14. Now for the square frame, 4s equals 28, s equals 28 by 4, which is 7, and this is a whole number, so yes, this is correct. That's the answer. Question 20. Chen tries to translate rectangle A. His answer is rectangle B. Chen's made an error. Explain how you know. So translation can only change the coordinates of the point. It does not change orientation or size of the rectangle. So over here, the orientation has changed when going from A to B. So we can just write that orientation cannot change during translation. But A and B have different orientations, right? Or rotations. Because we can see that even though they are the same shape, one of them, which is B, is rotated from A to get it. That's why it cannot be a translation. And that's why he's made an error. That's the answer. Question 21. Class 6 complete the science test. Ahmed collects all the results. Here's the data for the boys' test results. So it's given here that there's no boys who scored 1 to 5, 26 to 30, and there's some values who have scored these marks here. Here's data for the girls' test results, given here. Ahmed compares the results for the boys and the girls. Here's some words. Boy, boys, girl, girls. Use some of these words to complete the sentences. The range of marks is greater for the dash. That means that there has to be frequency at the lowest and highest possible marks or scores. So in the boys, they don't have a 1 to 5, but then girls do. They don't have a 26 to 30 either. Girls do. So the difference or the difference between the smallest and largest will be higher for the girls since they have at least one in these extreme categories. So, girls. Next, more dash and dash scored from 11 to 20. So 11 to 20 for boys is 1 plus 7, which is 8. And now 11 to 15 plus 16 to 20 is 11 to 20. For girls, it's 6 plus 1, 7. So boys scored 11 to 20 more than girls. The highest mark was scored by a dash and lowest mark was scored by a dash. So the highest mark, we can see, since the girl has frequency 1 for 26 to 30, which is highest, and boys have no frequency for that, so that means girl scored the highest. And for the lowest mark, 2 girls scored 1 to 5, while none of the boys did. So the lowest mark must be one of those 2 girls, so it is still a girl. Now you can go to part B. Look at the data for the boys and girls. Identify a problem with Ahmed's investigation. So we have the data over here. So we can realize that the intervals have 1 to 30. But it's possible to get a 0 on the test, right? Even though, yes, it's very, very unlikely that someone's going to do that, it's possible. And they haven't included the result of 0 in the intervals, right? So we can say that the 0 marks has not been included in any interval for both the boys and the girls. That's the answer. Let's go to question 22. Here's a cuboid. Calculate the surface area of the cuboid. Show your working. So we have this as 20 centimeters squared, right? And we have the width of this rectangle as 2 centimeters. Now the length of the rectangle, which is given, or like just say shaded rectangle, that will be equal to 20 by 2, which is equal to 10 centimeters. So you can do that. Now the surface area will be 2 into length into breadth plus 2 into breadth into height plus 2 into length into height. That will be equal to 2 into 10 into 3, because the length is 10, width is 3, or breadth, and then plus 2 into 3 into 2, because the height is 2 and breadth is 3, plus 2 into 10 into 2, because the length is 10 and height is 2. Therefore, the surface area will be, if you calculate it correctly, 112 centimeters squared. That's the answer. Question 23. Mike adds 2/3 and 1/4. He writes 1 by 12 as the answer. Without adding 2/3 and 1/4, explain how you know Mike is wrong. Okay, so we know that 1 minus 2/3 is 1/3, right? And then 1/3 is greater than 1/4, which is the second value given, right? The first is 2 by 3, and then the second is 1/4. This means the answer cannot be greater than 1, right? Cannot be greater than 1. And that means it cannot be Mike's answer, which is 1 by 12. Why can it not be greater than 1? Because if you add 1 by 4 and 2 by 3, it is less than adding 2 by 3 and 1 by 3. And 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is 1. So adding these two will be less than 1. That's our answer. B. Eva adds 2 by 5 and 1 by 6. She writes 7 by 11 as the answer. Without adding 2 by 5 and 1 by 6, explain how you know Eva is wrong. Well, to add, we need the two denominators' lowest common multiple, right? Or at least we need one multiple of them, and then we can simplify. So a multiple of 5 and 6 can be like 30, 60, 90, so on, right? But then 11 is not a multiple of 5, is not a multiple of 6. Therefore, Eva is wrong. 11 is not a multiple of 5 or 6. That's the answer. Question 24. 6 oranges cost the same as 4 melons. 3 apples cost the same as 2 oranges. A melon costs $3. Calculate the cost of 12 apples. Show your working. So let's say the oranges are O, melons are M, apples are A. Just using the starting letters to make variables. So 6O equals 4M and 3A equals 2O. If a melon costs $3, that means 6O is equal to 4 into 3, which is 12, right? So O is equal to 12 by 6, which is $2. That's the orange's cost. Now the cost of the apple, that means 3A is equal to 2O, right? And 3A is equal to 2 into 2, which is equal to 4. That means A is equal to 4 by 3, right? Now that's the cost of one apple, so the cost of 12 apples will be 12A, which is 4 by 3 into 12, which is, you can cancel to get 4 here. 4 into 4 is $16. That's the answer. Let's go to question 25. Oliver and Pierre both choose the same number less than 100. Oliver divides by 7 and the remainder is 6. Pierre divides it by 5 and the remainder is 3. What the largest number they can choose? So let's take some numbers that Oliver possibly chose, right? And then let's see if that fits into Pierre's number. If both are true, that means the number is the largest. So let's start from the largest number, which is divisible by 7 and less than 100. So let's write the multiples of 7. So that will be 98, which is the largest, which is less than 100. And then there's 91, 84, 77, 70, and it goes on. Let's just take these 5 first. If we need to, we'll take more. Now the remainder is 6. That means you have to add 6 to all of these to get the number which he has chosen. So 98 plus 6 is 104, and that's greater than 100, so we can cancel that out. 91 plus 6 is 97. 84 plus 6 is 90. 77 plus 6 is 83. 70 plus 6 is 76. So first of all, we have to realize that since we have done multiples of 7 plus 6, all these numbers will work out for Oliver's conditions. Now we need to check if they work for Pierre's conditions. And the largest number, which works for both Oliver's and Pierre's, will be the answer. So first let's try 97. 97, remainder is 3, so it's a multiple of 5 plus 3, right? So 97 minus 3 is equal to 94 using reverse operations. 94 by 5 is equal to 18.8, which is not a whole number. So this cannot be the number. Let's just cross that out. Next is 90. We have 90 minus 3, we get 87. Divide by 5, we get 17.4, which is again not a whole number. So we can cross 90 out as well. Next is 83. 83 minus 3 is 80, and 80 divided by 5 is equal to 16, which is a whole number, right? I'll just write that it is a whole number. So the largest number they can choose is 83, because that is the original number we started with, right? So first let's check. 83 we divide by 7 to get 11 with a remainder of 6. Remainder 6 is correct. So now 83 divided by 5, we get 16 with a remainder 3. Remainder 3 is also correct, and that's why the number is 83. That's the answer. Let's go to question 26. Question 26. Here's a square made of 2 triangles. The length of one side of the square is 9 centimeters. Calculate the area of one of the triangles. So that means the side length is 9 centimeters, and this is a square, so this is 90 degrees. Now the area of the triangle is equal to half BH, half times 9, which is the base, times 9, which is the height. That will be 40.5 centimeters squared. That's the answer. And with that, I come to the end of our paper. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends and family, and comment on how you think this video was. With that, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Thank you. Bye.